I really wish this tea break which he announced was before this session, because I know listening to quality for so long does need strong cup of tea or coffee. So I hope I am not able to make you sleep over here. So before I start my presentation on Connected World through Quality today, I was actually in the lunchroom and I came to know that when you might have heard about Nokia, you might have thought Nokia phone to chalta nahi hai, abhi Nokia se aaye hain, sort of, right? Something like that. Tracy, people are laughing, so I'm sure they might have thought of it. So Nokia, actually I come from Nokia Telecommunication. Nokia was sold to some other company. Now it is being, actually it is a company in China who is manufacturing Nokia phones. So I'm not Nokia phones, I'm very much into the connected world. I am Amita, I have 30 years of experience solely in telecom, into R&D, and then moved into IT, and currently working as client service head for IT for entire Asia Pacific, including India, Asia Pacific, Japan, and China. So connected technology, it's not a new buzz, right? Connectivity. Why? Because 67% of world population is already on internet, right? So we need to think about poverty figures now, because 61% of world population is on internet. And 24 billion devices in 2024 are already connected. But the crazier part is, like next year in 2025, it is expected that about 50 billion devices will be connected. So you see the 400% growth now, either in health sector, education sector, or any of the connectivity sectors, right, is not a crazy part, because this is how it is growing. And why? Because look at, I've just put one age factor over here, 55 to 64, even for this age group, like even for senior citizens, or 7% out of 10 people, they are on mobile, or 5 out of 10 women. And 2 out of 3 people are skilled globally. So this is actually, connectivity is a power, right? And it is, now this chart which I have placed here is based on Maslow's hierarchy model. So the topmost model is the self-actualization needs, where you see that this is your Facebook, Instagram, where you're not only connecting yourself through your friends or families or relatives, you're also growing up on your business. So we started our communication journey in 1830s, through fax, through printing, through mobile phones, and to smartwatches. And very soon you will see that we have embedded devices on our body and we are talking to each other without device visibility. So we have high level of interconnectedness, right? So what do you see? We see that we have interconnected devices at home. It will very soon be there. You'll be talking to your refrigerator, you'll be talking to your mixers, or your phones will be talking to your ACs, right? While coming back from home, you'll tell your mobile phone to instruct your AC to turn on, by the time you reach home, and so on. Robotic services, education systems, health systems. But what you heard, you might have heard 2-3 days back, right? There was a news. A robot committed a suicide, right? But can robot commit a suicide? It's not an emotional being, right? What was it? It was actually a malfunctioning of a program, and people called it robotic suicide. But just imagine if a doctor is sitting there remotely using a robot to do a surgery and some malfunctioning happens, what is going to happen? So this is where we need a quality. I was trying to strike this, that we have so much of interconnectivity, so many billion devices getting connected, but what happens if we don't have a good quality infrastructure, right? It is very good to have a strong quality because it will bring a lot of information, it will bring automation, it will be your ease, but if it doesn't work, then what? It will be a chaos, right? So we need to be very sure about the pace of innovation, cybersecurity issues, privacy issues, and the quality with which these systems are built upon. We have spoken about this a lot, QMS, right? There are a lot of people who have been speaking about it. So for every dollar we invest in QMS, there is definitely a boost in profit. There is increase in revenue, right? Your reductions in cost also happens. And how it all started, if you really see in the beginning, it all started with Japan, because Japan identity is actually based on quality. So they started building systems like Kaizen, Toyota production system, then Six Sigma lean manufacturing, and then different ISO standards came up, ISO 9001, ISMS, TL 9000. By the way, Nokia, which I am talking about, is also a $24 billion company with 90,000 employees globally. We have 80 countries where employees are stationed. So we comply to all these standards, without which our company cannot function. Mainly we are in software, but we do have hardware manufacturing plant also, because we give our hardware also along with the software. So if we don't comply to all these certifications or quality systems, Nokia cannot survive, or same for other companies. Industry 4.0 is a new buzzword in the connected devices. So you will see that what is happening in the new factory arena, where devices are talking to each other or robots are building up your manufacturing plant. So in this, quality is again very important, because if something happens, then your production in the factory will be at a loss. And we have to use newer technologies. I think you were mentioning about the newer technologies, like we have to use maybe data analytics, right? That is one of the things. Then you have to use maybe AI or ML, machine learning, artificial intelligence, because you have to look for the current trends, and also you have to look into the forecasted trend. So you have to get the quality by mixing the usage of the new technologies as well. Standards is good, standards are always required, but you have to see the upcoming technologies which you will have to mix to get the current statistics and how you improve them in future. So this is just a quote by Japanese Prime Minister Shizo. You will see that all these quality standard systems are being emphasized a lot. In G20, I've just put some remarks over here, but to tell you in very short, he said we should not look after quantity, but we should go after quality. Our infrastructure should be quality based, and that's why Japan, in spite of being such a small country, they are one of the world's biggest provider, or their economy is good, because they have always believed in the quality and not the quantity. So this is ITU Connect 2030. They are working a lot in order to provide the systems broadband access, because why I'm talking about this is because my topic is related to connectivity. And they have this Forum 2030 where they are talking about broadband access, which should be available to all, right? And when it is available to all means it should be cost efficient, it should be, quality should be good, and the infrastructure should be available to essential services and empower communities. But towards the end, why we are doing all these things? We are building digital, we are building quality. Why is this needed? This is needed because ultimately we want to talk to each other. This is more personification. So we want to give a quality of communication between individuals, which is more personification, right? We want to achieve that. So this is ITU Connect 2030. Not going much into details over here, but I would like to specify that this is in connect with UN 2030. Both the goals, the United Nations 2030 goals and ITU Connect 2030 goals, they are very much aligned. And they are all saying we need to provide a broadband coverage which is irrespective of age, whether 9 to 90 or the areas, whether rural area or urban areas. Everyone should have equal access, which should be very cost efficient, and everyone should be able to work without digital divide. Digital divide means it should not be like some people have more digital knowledge and some do not have digital knowledge. So it should be equal digital divide between everyone. Looking into the sustainability. We had, like Pooja was talking about sustainability before. Sustainability is important because we have to take care of our Mother Earth and space both. So whatever technologies have to be built, they have to be built looking into the sustainability goals. Like Nokia is big time into sustainability goals that they have to remove this much of carbon print by 2030. I took a morning flight from Delhi and I saw that Indigo flight is planning to become a green flight, where this is again some kind of sustainability goals. So technology is good, but we cannot forget our sustainability goals. Then these are some of the new technologies: data analytics, Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, machine learning, blockchain, augmented reality, digital twin. All these technologies help to gather the current statistics, to provide the forecasting. They help you to remove the defects. See, quality can be attained only if you can remove the defects and you can predict, you can go into the predictive modeling that these kind of defects are coming and you can take up proactive actions about it. So these are all based on that and which needs to be deployed if you want to have a good quality. This is again Gartner's chart. It is talking about multi-vendor networks, the newer technologies and how it will do about data intelligence and monetizations. So this is the chart and this is all the newer technologies are placed over here. Just to give you a few details, like 6G is an upcoming technology. Nokia has 6G lab, R&D lab set up in Bangalore, but it is an upcoming technology. It is still not there. But how it is going to help us? Like it is going to help us with ultra low latency. The bandwidth would be much larger, much more bandwidth would be available and devices would be connecting to each other. They would be able to talk to each other. The interoperability between devices would also be more efficient than what exists today. So 6G is going to help. Then what is digital twin? So this is very important. Digital twin is very important for good quality because it helps to create a virtual process. It is a shadow of the current process which you can run to determine the issues or how it is actually going to work in the environment. So this is how telcos are chasing up all the new technologies which they are doing are actually they are doing to personalize relationship to achieve the extreme good quality. So this is quality and connectivity. They need to go hand in hand. They cannot survive without each other. So I'm just summarizing my slides which I have done. So quality is a global connector. So if you want to foster trust and collaboration in your connected devices, then you need to have good quality. And then you need to implement global standards, global technologies which are available to have good quality and the future trends. See, I am very much on time. And the future trends, it is very important which I did not go into details because of my time manager. So all those digital trends which are coming up, augmented reality, machine learning, artificial intelligence, digital twin, data analytics, all these things, everybody needs to start thinking on it because digital transformation is a journey. It has started, but it cannot stop at just Office 365 or Teams. There is a lot to do and it is a curve. So as you grow up or as your processes get matured digitally, you equip yourself and you actually improve your qualities.
Just we need to wind up by 4.
Okay.